So currently at the St. Joseph's Cathedral in Hanoi. It is one of the landmarks here. So here you'll see a lot of tourists, a lot of guys riding the cyclo, that's what they call it. Across the street there is a Kong Cafe. The best banh mi pate place is near here. And so is a really, really good congee place. It's in an alley on the street near the churches. Everyone's eating here. This is one of my favorite places to get coconut ice cream. The coconut ice cream is super good. They actually serve it in half a coconut. But unfortunately today it is closed. It is still technically Lunar New Year's, so a lot of things aren't open yet. For those traveling to Vietnam, I highly recommend not visiting Vietnam during Lunar New Year's unless you are cool with staying in the city and not doing much. Right now I'm at Hoan Kiem Lake, and it is one of the main tourist attractions in Hanoi. This is a coffee shop right here. So people will just come, they'll park their bikes like right over here, and they'll get coffee, and then they'll just sit and they'll people watch. So people watching is actually one of the main activities that Vietnamese people do, and a lot of foreigners and tourists that come to Vietnam, they actually engage in the activity as well. It's quite interesting. You'll see a lot of weird stuff in Vietnam. I recommend going to this lake, taking a walk. It's quite nice. If you're foreign looking, you might even get college students that approach you and try to speak to you in English so they can practice. So right now I am at Soy Yen, and usually they have soy here. Soy is sticky rice with a bunch of toppings like meat and mung bean and shallots, but because it's Lunar New Year's they haven't had soy yet. So right now they are actually serving Banh Cuon. Banh Cuon is a northern Vietnamese dish. It is like a Vietnamese crepe filled with mushrooms and pork. And then you dip it in nuoc mam, which is the fish sauce. And this one, they actually have it with Vietnamese ham in the fish sauce. I'm at Cafe Van Mu. It is a little bit far from the old quarter. They're really famous here for their bebe. In English we call it mantis shrimp or hissing shrimp. The place is really popular. A lot of people come here. If you look around, it's actually 100% locals. This is my third or fourth time here, and it's really good. I highly recommend it. The food is good, it's clean, it's flavorful. The service isn't great, but I think that's because they're usually short-staffed. I recommend this place to people who want to try the mantis shrimp. They have salads, they have noodles, and they have fried rice. They have spring rolls. It's a really good restaurant. So I am at the train street in Hanoi. See behind me, there are actually shops, like coffee shops and drink shops. A lot of people come here, they get their typical stand in the middle of the railroad, and then they get a photo where they're in the center. I'm currently at this mural painting street in Hanoi. So a lot of tourists, mostly locals actually, all local women, dress up and then they take pictures next to these murals. Murals are actually very beautifully painted, and there's sometimes of like an optical illusion if you stand at the right angle and take the photo at the right angle. This one is actually 3D. Oh look, so realistic. Whoa. This one is like black and white, old photo, and then she just came in, and posed next to it in a red Alzai. So actually I think this is like quite a cool shot you can get here. You got this Ajashi writing script over here. Let me just get a selfie with him real quick. See, look, it's like kind of realistic, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's just a ton more. Like I can't even count how many. It just goes along the wall. So you can get a lot of photos here. 3D art museum for free in Hanoi. Look at these guys over here wearing Louis Vuitton himself and a Gucci belt. Those are Chanel lanterns. Wow. So I'm actually walking to a place called Chea Swai, famous for coconut jello, and they also have mango pudding. Also, there are prices on the menu. So I'm always an advocate for prices on the menu because I'm Vietnamese and I know how scammy they can be. So yeah, every time you see prices, you're like, okay, this place is more legit. So the jello is actually inside the coconut itself, right? And it's real coconut. It's not, if you look at it here, oh yeah. So the mango pudding is just, I think this is evaporated milk, and it's literally mango. It's like mango chunks with a little bit of gelatin or agar-agar. Now we're gonna go in. It does taste like coconut juice. That's like jello form. Like it doesn't taste like there's a lot of sugar added or anything. Yeah, so good. $40K for this whole thing. So $2 US. And then the little mango pudding cup is the first one over here. 12,000. Yeah, very cheap. So once you're done eating all your coconut jello, you just scoop up the inside, get all the meat. Yeah, this is the best. I love coconut.